Hello, EP2. It is a nice and cloudy, hazy Saturday morning when we record this. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everything's progressing well. This week, we're going to take a deeper look into pre-teaching. We talked a bit about introductions and using songs last week. This week is pre-teaching, and we're going to also take a look at a song example, how to teach a song example, and that might prove helpful for your song lessons that you're going to have to make soon. Song lesson videos. Very exciting. So let's get right into it, shall we? Let's talk about eliciting vocabulary, trying to get the students to say and show what they know instead of just giving them the answers. So when we introduce new vocabulary, students might already know it or be able to provide a simple definition. And so even though the vocabulary might be new to the class itself, it may not be new to individual students. This is very common with English, where you have huge ability discrepancies within single classes. You might have near native or native English speakers with absolute beginners, and it's not a happy situation for either student. So you need to try eliciting vocabulary is a way of seeing what students know and what they don't know. And also, when we elicit vocabulary, it's a way of reviewing what the students remember or might not remember 100%. So this is a way of engaging the students throughout the class and throughout the entire time of the school year. So it's a way of doing that. So let's take a look at some different methods of eliciting instead of just saying things. So easy one, miming, gesturing, using the body. We have a body, it's helpful to use it. So miming, of course, is just doing silent things. So for example, what's that? Well, it's laughing, funny, things like that. And it's a way of gesticulating in over enthusiastic ways. Miming, it's helpful, it can be. Pictures are another way. Now, on the screen, there are pictures of two different animals. And as we get students to talk about the animals, about what the characteristics of the elephant and the cheetah are, but there's a lot more we can elicit out of them. So, this animal, we know it's an elephant. But what kind of elephant is it? Do you know? Well, there's some different ways we can know. What color is it? Right, and they say gray usually. What are these things? Ears. And so, using different, as we use pictures, we get the students to describe the different characteristics, different parts of the elephant, that this is an African elephant, that they have different, that these are different from Asian elephants. And there's lots of great body parts and colors about how, and how they move, how many legs it has, what the nose of the elephant is called, things like that. Using pictures is a great way to review the information that you've already taught, or to see how much students already know about what you're going to teach them. This is quite helpful for physical objects. The same can be done for cheetahs, especially when comparing the two. Cheetahs are very fast. Elephants we think of as slow. Cheetahs eat meat. Elephants eat plants. Things like that. Here's a fun one. Which animal is nicer to humans. Turns out cheetahs are nicer to humans. Elephants, African elephants, are not nice to humans generally. So it's people keep cheetahs as pets. They can live with humans. African elephants don't. They can't. Their personalities are too bad. Another way of eliciting vocabulary, the vocabulary that you want, is to use synonyms, to use similar words. So this is a great way of expanding and reminding students of the expanded vocabulary of what they are learning and what they have learned. So instead of just learning the one word, fast, there's other words that they'll need to learn later, but it's helped to know fast, quick, speedy, instead of just saying good, well, swell, terrible, bad, distraught, those words. Delicious is another one as well. So using synonyms, using similar words to elicit the actual word, the target word. And then, of course, we have antonyms, the opposite word. Clean and opposite of clean, of course, is dirty. Tasty, we can say disgusting. Wonderful, terrible. Fast, slow. This is a great way, and also to help students remember the vocabulary, to pair them up with the positive and the negative, compare the opposites. Hints are another word you can give. Just giving direct hints, like as if it's a game. You can give them the first letter of the word or the first syllable. If the first letter is C or A, things like that, we can help them as well. Now, this one is new, and it's not in our books, but I think it can be helpful, especially doing over video where we have we can just get sound effects. If you have control over your technology, if you're walking from classroom to classroom to different classrooms, then computers break and files don't always work well together. So I've grew mistrustful of being overly reliant on technology, on using too many things that needed a computer to work. Because a lot of times it didn't work. So I broke it. So I had to become reliant on not using computers as much when teaching, when things weren't in my control. So but sounds can be helpful if you're good at making sounds, but that can be a little, if you're good at it. For example, what animal is this? Right, that's a chicken. Hey, what instrument is this? That's right, it's a trumpet. What about this? Now, if you're watching the video feed, you can see for the instruments I also included the pantomime, the miming, which is helpful. Sounds. But with the videos, you can just plug in audio files. For example, hey, do you know what this sound is? What about this sound? Yeah, but what about this? So we can, with the videos, that allows us to edit in more. It's another tool available to us. So that's about eliciting vocabulary. While we're teaching, here are some general tips that can help us. Certain things we need to avoid. For example, too much listen and repeat. That's very passive, as in cat, 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 cat. It's not enthusiastic. It doesn't engage the brain. So, it also doesn't help the students know what they're saying. They're saying sounds, but they don't know what the sounds are meaning. So, listen and repeat is useful, especially for practicing pronunciation, but it's not helpful in having the students understanding. That's why we have the phrase, the term to parrot. The bird, parrots, they can make speech. They copy sounds from around them, and that includes human words. So if you go to the zoo, to like Everland, and you can talk to the parrots, and they'll talk to you. They'll say "annyeong" and "hello" and "I love you," but there's not actual communication. They're just making the same sounds. They're not actually talking. So we don't want students to parrot. We want the students to talk, to communicate, to produce sound. Not sound, to produce communication, to produce language. Also, this is quite helpful in something. Avoid long English explanations. When we're explaining especially games and giving instructions, we have to break it into smaller pieces so it's comprehensible, so it's understandable. Because after how long are students, especially children, going to stop listening, stop paying attention? Goodness. So when we're dealing with elementary school students, we need to break it into comprehensible chunks. This is true for any language learners. When I was doing my immigration classes, after a while, I just stopped listening. If the teacher kept on talking, I'm like, meh. And my brain just went to sleep, or it went out my ear and went somewhere else. That happens. So it's when we need to keep explanations incomprehensible, smaller chunks for our students. Excellent. And next, this question we should not ask because students will lie. Do you understand? Most of the time, students will go, nay, nay, yeah. And then they'll complain it's too easy when they understand 0%. So we should avoid this question. It's a bad question, which will only get bad answers. Also, think about the terms of students. Students are very sensitive about looking stupid and being the one person who doesn't understand. So if you say, "Hey kid, do you understand? Easy peasy," everyone's going to go, yes, it is easy. I'm smart. I'm not the stupid one in this class. And so most people, let alone children, aren't brave enough to go, "Hey, I don't get it," because then everyone else go, like a Dumbo over here that doesn't understand. So it's best to avoid just asking this question because you'll get a false answer. A false answer being a lie. You're going to get a lie of an answer. So what can we ask instead? Comprehension check questions. This is where you ask questions where you see if they actually do understand. It can be very simply asking them to, after you give instructions or you tell them what they're going to do, ask them, "Oh, hold on." I've done this with classes before, and you might remember it, where I ask, "So I'm old and I forget things. What is the homework for tonight?" And then you have to show that you know what the homework is. And these are what we call display questions, where I know the answer, the teacher knows the answer, but the students need to display that they know the answer. These are different from content questions. Content questions are when the asker, the teacher, does not know the answer and is asking for a meaningful answer from the student. So comprehension check questions, something, if you're talking about elephants, this goes back into the picture eliciting vocabulary. If you ask, "What color is the elephant's skin?" and the student says, big important indicator that they don't on that in that regards, and you'll need to take a look at it. So all those little questions that I've asked in classes last year that we had together, those were comprehension check questions because I didn't trust you to get to say when you didn't understand something. So comprehension check questions are very helpful in getting meaningful feedback from students, especially if they don't, without them explicitly knowing that you are getting feedback from them. Asking them directly, do you understand this? That's not helpful. Asking them to explain it back to you, that's more helpful. Asking them questions about what they need to do, that's more helpful for getting them to display that they do understand. Your first micro lesson for EP2 is going to be using a song. Now, last year in EP1, you had lessons, but with a group, and you had to make a video lesson with a group, and you made an in-class group lesson. We're not going to have in-class. We're not going to have classes. That's so sad. I am honestly sad because EP2, yeah, I taught English, the English majors, and taught you last year, and the computer majors taught you last year. And you're both very good groups. I laugh. So I am sorry to not see you again. But you're still going to have to work. So instead of doing group lessons, you're going to make individual ones. Now, might be different because now all the burden is on you, the individual. But we're making it easier. We're making it shorter. So let's take a look together. So this song micro lesson, you are going to make a short lesson, 3 to 5 minutes long, of your teaching. So the song itself does not count towards the time if you're not singing it. If you make your own little song, that counts as time. If you find a video, if you use a different song, or you use a pre-existing song, that does not count. So you can't just play video that's 3 minutes long and say, "Good job, everybody. Goodbye." You can't do that. So that's why I'm saying 3 to 5 minutes of your teaching. That's the important part. That's the important thing here. Song needs to be appropriate for elementary school children. Can't have bad words or have it be too complicated. But you're free to choose what you're going to sing and teach about. So this is entirely up to you. That's why I've asked you to look and see what you like and what you don't like. Now, you are going to make a lesson plan. We talked about this last year in EP1, but we're going to go through more. There's the different sections: the introduction, pre-teaching, teaching, the song, activity, review, conclusion. But remember, this is short, so you're not going to go in depth, but this is practice. We're seeing how we can use songs as teaching, as learning. So keep it simple, keep it short, and keep it happy. So, just to reiterate, before you made video lessons, it was together. Now you have to make them by yourself. With how things are this year, it's showing that distance learning is a thing that we need to learn about. And so it is something that we all need to learn about: video editing, video classes, and how to best use the technology, the newer technology that we've been avoiding for the past few years. So that's why we are practicing so much. We're going to have 3 short lessons in EP2, short ones. I think it's valuable practice for us to practice making these little videos because it's how things are now. We're going to walk through the steps together like we did before. Don't worry too much. It's not too much. You've done it before. I'm not worried. Think about how you're going to be graded. 1, your on-camera presence. This is your teaching poise. If you are flat, if you are For example, yeah, and then that's not going to be good. So think about when we say on-camera presence, that means your body language, how you're teaching your teaching personality. So you're by yourself and you're talking to a camera, which is uncomfortable. I personally hate it, but it's something we need to get used to. Next, your clarity of speech. Can you be understood? Be careful with this. This part is not exactly talking about your volume, but please pay attention to your volume so I can hear you. This is your enunciation, your teaching enunciation. If I can understand you, that's good. So next, you will be graded on your lesson plan. Remember, lesson plans explain what you're doing. And lastly, does your lesson have a goal, a point? Are you just playing a song to have a song, or are you using the song for a reason? And then do you work to achieve your goal? For the first micro lesson, that's it. That's what you're going to be graded on. So right now, typo. So right now, it is week 3. Your song lessons will be due by, I think, week 6. I need to see if the student, I don't know if you're going away or not. I don't think you are. I need to ask about that. Today's Saturday. On E-Class, there'll be a very specific announcement. I'm thinking week 6. There'll be a lot of time. Your immediate task is to find and choose a song. Since this is a video lesson by yourself, you can choose whatever song you like. You don't have to worry about using the same song as somebody else. That part's nice. All right. With that, let's walk through some pre-teaching using a song itself, and we can also get an idea for activity as well, which we might use later. So let's take a look at the screen. What color is this? Oh, this is green. Right. Do you like? Oh, what is this thing? Yeah, that's right. Broccoli. Do you like broccoli? Well, I do. But what is this? Ice cream. Do you like ice cream? Yeah, me too. Well, now we got a donut and orange juice. Do you like donuts? Do you like orange juice? Popcorn and pizza? Banana and soup? Now, let's listen to this song and see how it goes.
Do you like broccoli? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you like ice cream? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you like broccoli ice cream? No, I don't. Yucky. Do you like donuts? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you like juice? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you like donut juice? No, I don't. Yucky. Do you like popcorn? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you like pizza? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you like popcorn pizza? No, I don't. Yucky. Do you like bananas? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you like soup? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you like banana soup? No, I don't. Yuck!
Wow, that was a fun song. Wow. Time out very quick. This this song was very, very popular with the first graders at Simek Elementary School. They loved it. They sang it for at least a month after the lesson. They loved this song. There are two small problems with this song that because of the rhythm of the song. Do you like popcorn? Do you like pizza? Do you like orange juice? Do you like... Oh, no, they don't say orange juice. They say juice. They take a one-syllable word and they have to stretch it out into two because of the rhythm of the song. Soup as well. They go soup. And that can affect students' acquisition, and they might learn the wrong pronunciation. Other than what, it's a very fun song. Okay, get back into it. Now, let's try it out. This is a fun song. Do you like broccoli? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Now, boys and girls, do you like oranges? Do you like oranges? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you like potato chips? Do you like potato chips? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you like orange potato chips? Oh, no, yucky. So, can you think of, can you make your own? Let's all listen and sing along. All right. That's just an example, just a brief example of what we can do, what we can try to do. I admit it is a bit difficult over video to be interactive and try to get active participation, but we must try nonetheless. Your homework for this week, please pay attention. Please check out pages 18 through 20 in your course text and look for and find a song that you want to work with, a song you want to build a lesson around. It does need to be an English song, so be aware of that. A nice, happy children's song. If you have questions or problems, please don't hesitate to ask. Please stay safe. We're in the social distancing level 2.5 right now, so please be careful. Have a wonderful week. We'll see each other next time. Au revoir. Knocking into things. Cool.